with your $4.99 fish fry. A kid's menu that starts at $3.99. Whoa! That's incredible value. Those kids will love that world-class game room set aside for the dining area. You finish up your dinner. They have safe fun in the game room. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive for your $4.99 Mine Shaft fish fry. Desserts are always buy one, get one free. Get there early. Serving starts at 11 a.m. The Mine Shaft in downtown Hartford and just off the highway in Oshkosh. One of my favorite places. Visit MineShaftRestaurant.com.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often, because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Since 1955, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Hey, don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
The Brewers travel to the desert to get some revenge on some dirty snakes.
Garrett Mitchell on the first pitch of the sixth inning, a drive to center. It is back and it is gone.
Our coverage against the Diamondbacks begins tonight at 8:05. We are your home for the Milwaukee Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 11:02. I'm Jessica Ty. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, September 13th. Your top story, a controversial new mural vandalized.
I'm Eric Billstead in for Greg Matzik. A suspicious fire at the playground.
Today, high clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 79. It's feeling good outside. Tonight will dip down to 66. Tomorrow, high clouds, filtered sunshine. We do have a little bit of a chance for some rain in the evening hours. High of 80 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 74. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a new mural on Milwaukee's north side intertwining a Star of David and a swastika has been vandalized. The pro-Palestinian mural reads, "The irony of becoming what you once hated." The mural is posted on a building near Holton and Locust. There used to be artwork there honoring Breonna Taylor, the black woman killed in 2020 during a police raid. The owner of that building tells the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel he wanted to replace that mural with one that calls attention to the Israel-Hamas war. Leaders in the Milwaukee Jewish community say that mural is horribly anti-Semitic.
A playground on fire in West Dallas, the playground next to Franklin Fieldhouse. This is near 86th and National. It caught fire on Thursday evening. TMJ4's Mike Bayermeister at the scene.
The slide melted away. Part of the jungle gym completely down right now as investigators continue to comb into what exactly sparked this blaze.
Well, police are considering this fire suspicious. No one was hurt.
Funeral services are today for a UW Whitewater gymnast who was murdered. 21-year-old Kara Welsh is being laid to rest in Plainfield, Illinois. Police say she was shot and killed last month during a fight with her boyfriend. 23-year-old Chad Richards is charged with her murder. He's in jail right now on $1 million bond.
Had increased police presence near a local high school after potential threats today. The school resource officer at Kettle Moraine High was made aware of a student making possible threats at another student earlier this week. Now, officers say the student and his family are fully cooperating with the investigation, and that information being shared across social media does not support rumors of anti-Semitic comments being made or anyone being poked with scissors or any weapons at the school. As a precaution, there will be an increased patrol presence, though, at the school today.
Decision Wisconsin. More post-debate swing state stops in the Badger State.
Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz is visiting both central and northwestern Wisconsin heading into the weekend. The Minnesota governor plans to meet with Democratic volunteers in Wausau today. Then Saturday, Walz will hold a rally at the University of Wisconsin Superior. The latest Marquette University law poll shows Walz was the only candidate on either ticket with a net positive favorability rating. 43% of registered voters in Wisconsin view Walz favorably, while 37% view him unfavorably. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Time now for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Checking Wall Street at the moment. The Dow is up 397 to 41,494. The Nasdaq is up 126 to 17,695. The S&P is up 37 to 56.33. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Sounding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 11:06.
This report is sponsored by Connect Chiropractic, connecting you to true health. Located in Wauwatosa and Delafield.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Add a chiropractic screening to your kid's back-to-school checklist. Reed came to Connect Chiro at just 9 years old. Sleep issues, headaches, getting sick all the time. I talked with his mom. He's now getting better sleep, better attendance at school, better health since she put her son in the care of Dr. Alex Young and his team. Great for kids because these docs use a special tool for all the adjustments. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. In Delafield and Wauwatosa, go Connect Chiro. That's goconnectchiro.com.
People across Wisconsin are enjoying the rewards, stability, and flexibility of a career in healthcare. Why not you? Wish Caregiver Careers can get you started as a certified direct care professional. You'll learn the skills you need to make life better for older adults or people with a disability. All training is free and online. Plus, earn $500 in bonuses. Start your new career. Sign up today at WisCaregiverCDCP.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street and Jefferson. Griffin Chevrolet in the Auto Mall. Griffin Ford, Waukesha, and Fort Atkinson. 5 ways to make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers looking good after a 3-0 win against the Giants. They travel to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks tonight. Coverage starts right here on WTMJ at 8:05 tonight. Alabama heads to Camp Randall to take on the Badgers. Kickoff tomorrow morning at 11. That's an early one. And the Green Bay Packers will likely have Malik Willis at quarterback against the Colts on Sunday up at Lambeau Field.
WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Trouble spot right now is 43 southbound. So we have a disabled vehicle blocking a lane near Capitol Drive. So you are crawling heading south right now, or south. And those backups, dramatic. It's backing up even past Silver Spring. You're starting to see some slowdowns because of that. So you'll see the brake lights heading south on 43. It's a disabled vehicle, so hopefully they can move it out of here. But right now, the right lane is closed because of this disabled vehicle near Capitol Drive on 43 South.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast today. High clouds, filtered sunshine, high of 79. Then tonight we'll dip down to 66. Tomorrow, high clouds again and filtered sunshine. Hey, at least we have some sunshine, right? Even though it's filtered. Little bit of a chance for a rain shower at night, high of 80 tomorrow. Sunday, slight chance for a shower in the morning hours. Partly cloudy otherwise, high of 83. Then coming up Monday, partly cloudy, high of 82. Mostly sunny on Tuesday, high of 81. It's currently 74 degrees in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
Happy Friday, everyone. Eric Bilstan filling in for Greg Matzik today.
Hi, good morning.
Because...
Yeah, he's having work done.
He's having work done. I like how you say that. Well, Greg did share with all of us yesterday that he's having his first colonoscopy. So happening right now, the doctors are where the sun don't shine.
And
but Greg's feeling fine.
He's sending me pictures. I showed some to you.
He is. I was like, is he really sending you pictures? Okay, he is. Do I want to see any more of these? Okay.
Just of his face. Don't worry, everybody.
But thanks, Eric, for filling in today.
Absolutely.
And Greg will be back with us on Monday. We've got a lot to talk about today. We've got Boeing workers walking off the job. The new Guinness Book of World Records is out, and a Waukesha woman is in it. Find out what wild record she holds. We'll also look ahead to the big Packers home opener this weekend. But first.
And now it's time for 3 Big Things on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, Boeing workers now on strike. There are already picket lines outside Boeing facilities. Tens of thousands of workers voted overwhelmingly last night to strike. It is their first strike in 16 years. Another big blow for Boeing.
The CDC called thousands of Americans and asked a series of questions, including...
So here's the deal. You got tens of thousands of union workers at Boeing voting overwhelmingly to strike last night. Boeing offered a 25% pay raise over 4 years. But the Machinists Union says its members want a 40% pay raise, cheaper health care coverage, and a return to pensions instead of 401k contributions. Workers already forming a picket line outside of Boeing plants around the country right now. Of the roughly 30,000 union members, 96% of them voted to strike.
It's overwhelming, yeah.
That is a big deal. Yeah, Boeing's proposed deal, included that 25% over 4 years, but that was far lower than what they wanted. This development, a major setback for the company. It's expected to disrupt the company's supply chain, but not impact commercial flights.
Now, the good news, it sounds like Boeing expected some of this and willing to continue to work with the workers. So at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's a major standoff between the two. We got some movement there.
Well, and a new CEO for Boeing, this just is not a good start here.
Number 2, the health issue that is a problem in every state, or at least nearly every state of the union, remains obesity. The CDC and Prevention just wrapped up its latest look at overweight Americans. ABC's Jim Ryan says the results paint a disturbing picture.
The CDC called thousands of Americans and asked a series of questions, including how tall are you and how much do you weigh? Those numbers were fed into a body mass index calculator and revealed that in nearly half the states, 35% or more of the population is obese, according to the BMI scale. Just 11 years ago, no state had an obesity rate that high.
So those results, despite public awareness campaigns, of course, there's a huge increase in health foods and healthy diets, workout facilities, weight loss treatments, there's all this stuff. Yet still, obesity is a major issue.
I think the increase in health foods, okay, well, that doesn't really surprise me because I feel like the people who are jumping on board with that are already going to be healthy. But the things like the weight loss drugs,
right? Yeah.
You think that would make an impact? So it'll be interesting to see in the next few years
if
this changes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Number 3, Hank the ballpark pup has died. Brewers fans fell in love with this little guy. He was a stray when they found him back in 2014. One day, the dog wandered onto the field in Maryville, Arizona, and before you knew it, he was coming back home with the team here to Milwaukee. Brewers Chief Operating Officer Marty Wronski adopted Hank at the end of spring training, and he lived with our family for the past 10 years. So this was a family member for Marty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brewers President of Business Operations Rick Schlesinger was on Wisconsin's Morning News today, and he said fans are heartbroken.
Everybody who has a pet knows pets are family, and Hank was part of the Brewers family for 10 years. And he had a celebrity, and then he was allowed to be a family pet. And, his health had deteriorated, and, he was very special, and we're getting a lot of emails, and people are, very sad.
It is. I mean, it's one of those things. There was like this collective,
yeah, right?
late last night among Brewers fans.
Yeah, everyone remembers that great story. He hadn't been around as much recently, but still, who's got a bad thing to say about Hank?
No, and remember there was a whole conspiracy theory, people thought Hank had disappeared at one point.
So there's a fake Hank.
In fact, I went back, I looked at some of my old posts. I have one from 2016. It said, today the Milwaukee Brewers will address speculation regarding Hank 1, the ballpark pup. some people think he died, and the organization brought in a look-alike. So then I posted a picture. I said, this is a picture I took of Hank on opening day 2014. See comparison pics here.
Oh, okay.
It was like a big deal.
I remember
People
that.
thought then that Hank died. Well, no, he was still living with the family. He was having the great life here in Milwaukee, 10 years here in Milwaukee. But he has now passed. By the way, if you're thinking, hey, we'd love to do something to honor Hank, if you're a big Brewers fan, you might be thinking that. Well, the Brewers and Wronski family are encouraging donations to the Wisconsin Humane Society or Manic.
Awesome.
Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 11:15.
He's got next.
For Chourio. Gone! Chourio, a grand slam. Second deck, Jackson Chourio. Here comes the throw to the plate. Chourio's in there safely. Chourio coming on. Chourio dives. He got it.
Jackson Chourio plays here.
Major League Baseball has been put on notice.
On the home of Brewers baseball. News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Does your home need a new defensive coach? Have wind, cold, or water breached? I recommend Siding Unlimited. Wind and cold get through your windows? It's Siding Unlimited. They can fix that. Water challenging your roof? Well, Siding Unlimited fixes that too. Is the siding letting the elements through or just looking offensive? Well, fixing that is Siding Unlimited's first and continuing specialty. When weather's offense beats your home's defense, you contact Siding Unlimited. Their name says siding, but they are truly so much more. So whatever the breach, put Siding Unlimited in. Their work is on display at their unique outside-in showroom in Brookfield, 665 Larry Court. Stop in. Tell them I sent you. They're waiting for you at Siding Unlimited. So what are you waiting for? SidingUnlimited.com.
Between market volatility, inflation, global unrest, and the presidential election, there's a lot going on. Take control with help from Annex Wealth Management. Have a plan built that matches up with your investment and retirement goals. Annex does it as a fee-only fiduciary with unbiased advice. Annex offers financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, and Annex Ignite. Head to AnnexWealth.com, click the Get Started button. It's time to put things in order. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. AnnexWealth.com.
WTMJ 5-day forecast. High clouds. I'm not sure what high clouds mean. They're just up there.
Well, they're not the low clouds.
The higher clouds. They're filtered sunshine as well today, high of 79. Same thing tonight. High clouds, a low of 66. Saturday, more high clouds, more filtered sunshine. There's a chance for a little bit of rain. Don't get your hopes up too much of anything major, but there's a chance for isolated shower maybe Saturday night, a high of 80. Sunday, same thing. Slight chance for rain Sunday morning, otherwise partly cloudy, a high of 83. Monday, 82. Tuesday, 81. Right now, 75 at 11:17.
Is there anything you can't bet on these days? Seems the answer is no. For a hot second last night, people were betting on which political party will win control of Congress in November after a judge cleared the way to do so. ABC's Sherry Preston joins us on Wisconsin's Midday News. Sherry, do we really need this? Is there really a demand to bet money on politics?
Well, that's a great question. You're not going to be able to right now because here's what happened. This company called Kalshi, where you can bet on everything from when the next earthquake in San Francisco will hit to how far the Fed is going to lower interest rates, pretty much anything you can bet on this site. It's a startup site, and they had been asking the courts for years to let people bet on American political races, even the White House. Well, yesterday a federal judge cleared the way and said, yes, we're going to allow people to bet on politics. Well, immediately federal regulators stepped in right after that. And last night, about 8:30, 9 o'clock, a three-judge appellate panel in Washington said, no, we're going to put a stay on this. We're going to put it on hold. We're going to halt it for now. We're going to let these arguments play out more in the appellate court. What the betting company is saying is, look, people bet on anything now. It's legal to bet on any, political races in other countries. Why can't we do it here? It actually might be a way of telling what people are thinking about the election in real time when they've got, real skin in the game, i.e. their money. What regulators are saying is this could open the door to a lot of manipulation, to a lot of fraud, to a lot of election integrity questions. They said there's just too much riding on it right now. We're just not going to allow it. So last night, it was funny because I went on the Kalshi website, the one that lets you bet on anything.
Sure.
And for a very hot second, you could actually place a bet. And now when you go on the site, it says election betting has been paused pending court cases. So,
Jeez.
No real money was exchanged. You didn't actually happen. We haven't actually had the election. So that's going to go back to the people who bet it. But it's an interesting question as to which side you're on, whether you think it could be manipulative or whether you think it actually is just, the free market and let the free market reign.
What's the concern here?
One of the questions that they had was, could this raise the question of, big parties being able to manipulate and thus, maybe putting out misinformation, disinformation, the wrong stuff so that it would skew people towards the person who they want to win,
Sure.
so that they could, not only have the person they want to win, but also make a lot of money as well.
I saw the company put out a statement after the judge made the initial ruling, basically saying that they just made history and it's just getting started. Give us more truth about what the future holds. Have they put out any other statements since then?
They're kind of just keeping it on hold for now. They're kind of waiting to see what happens. I think even they were maybe a little surprised that this judge did this because they had been fighting for 2-3 years to try to get this to happen, and it just didn't happen. If you go on right now, if you're in the UK and you go on their biggest betting parlay center, Paddy Power, okay, you can go on there right now and you can bet on the American outcome of the American White House race. But if you could only do that if you're in the UK, if you're a UK citizen. If you're in the United States and you try to do that, you're going to get a pop-up screen that says, due to regulations, you're not allowed to do this. So it's all, they're saying it's allowed in other countries. Why is it not allowed here? We're allowed to bet on everything from not just the Super Bowl, but how long the longest field goal is going to be,
Right.
what color shoelaces they're going to be wearing, which jerseys are they going to have on. Every single thing you can bet on now. But regulators are saying, you know what, we got enough riding on this election right now. It's just too important. Let's not put one more thing into this already chaotic election season and make it even more chaotic.
And I'm curious, why was the first bet going to be on which political party will win control of Congress in November? I would just think more people would want to bet on the presidential election than bet on Congress.
I think they probably, I don't know the exact answer to that, but I think it probably would have something to do with that they didn't want to quite go there yet. Like maybe they're going to say, we're going to take the houses of Congress first because we know everything that has gone on with this presidential election so far, and that might just be a little too much right now. But I can't really give you the exact answer to that. But that was one of the things that, you could bet on. And if you could do that, and you could bet on the outcome of, you could bet on, Wisconsin General Assembly seats. You could bet on, think about it. You could bet on anything like that. And what are the rules? And I think this is going to be a question that comes up a lot. I think a lot of people, when they approved sports betting all on our phones, and we all saw the popularity of that, a lot of people were thinking it's only a matter of time before we do elections, but a lot of other people were saying, we got to put some guardrails in place because this stuff is just too important.
All right. Well, I think no matter what happens with the appeal here, I'm just going to stick to betting on horses.
Okay, that's probably a good bet. Okay,
I think it's more fun. All right. Thanks so much, Sherry. That's ABC's Sherry Preston joining us on Wisconsin's Midday News. And stay with us. Coming up next, we're going to chat with TMJ4 meteorologist Tyler Moore and find out what's in store for our weekend weather-wise.
Planning for retirement is like planning a road trip. You wouldn't start a long journey without a map, right? The same goes for your financial future. Every retirement plan needs the right tools. Social Security is one of those critical tools. But did you know when and how you claim your benefits can dramatically affect your retirement income? At Drake & Associates, we'll help you navigate the twists and turns of Social Security. Our team can guide you on when to start collecting benefits to maximize your income. Don't leave your retirement journey to chance. Call us or text SS to 414-409-9982. That's SS to 414-409-9982. Let us help you map out a secure and enjoyable retirement.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
I've been playing sports all my life. Little football, basketball, pickleball, cross training, mud events, Spartan races and things like that.
For Dr. Eric Williams, a successful chiropractor, staying active means everything. So when nagging knee pain slowed him down, he didn't want drugs or invasive surgery. He found a natural way to get lasting relief. QC Kinetics Cellular Therapies.
We're using my body's natural abilities to get better. And that's huge. In time, that's going to be the way of the future. Using your own body's ability to heal. Now I can play day to day and not have that severe pain.
Now he's back out there doing what he loves, thanks to QC Kinetics.
Life is good. You're not going to slow me down.
Leave the pain behind and get moving. Book your free consultation today with QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
All right, it's Friday. Got to look ahead to the weekend. TMJ4 meteorologist Tyler Moore is here. By the way, congrats, Tyler. You're now a homeowner.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Definitely excited for all my weekends now to be filled up with chores and activities to do for the rest of my life.
Home Depot, Bed Bath & Beyond, all the places you can go and work on things. Very nice.
Oh, man, it's fun. Well, you need some good weather for that. What do we have on tap this weekend?
Yeah, the good news is the weather is just phenomenal. I mean, unless you want some rain to help green things up just a little bit because things are getting pretty dry. But yeah, more sunshine today, just some high clouds mixing in, kind of filtering with that sun. But upper 70s, lower 80s. Decent humidity out there too. Saturday, same thing, just some filtered sunshine, high temperatures near 80. Maybe the small chance for a rain shower late Saturday into Saturday night, but that's really dreaming at this point. Sunday morning, same thing, maybe a small rain shower. Otherwise, the weekend looks dry. High temperatures on Sunday actually get pretty warm too, low to mid 80s on Sunday.
So the tip I would give you, Tyler, is don't start with the man cave. Work on other items first around the house, and then maybe do that one later once everything else looks nice.
It's hard to focus on anything else when you have the dreams of the man cave, though, in your mind, It's like, we got to do priorities here. It's football season. That man cave's got to be done before the yard's even done,
I understand. I get it.
Oh, man, the dreams of the man cave. Okay, one more quick weather-related question for you. We were kind of laughing about this. Eric wants to know what high clouds are. I said, well, they're not low.
Yeah, good question. And so there's kind of like three levels to clouds that we look at. We look at low-level clouds, mid-level clouds, and high-level clouds. So high-level clouds we normally talk about is so high up in the atmosphere that no matter what time of year, it's always going to be ice crystals. So when you look at high clouds, they're going to be like those thin, wispy ones. They almost look like hair in the sky.
Yeah.
Those are those ice crystal ones that they don't really block out the sun too much. But when they are up there, it just kind of dims it, filters it a little bit, and reduces the amount of sunlight that gets down to the surface. So it's not going to look like a completely cloudy day, but if you look up, you will notice the sky kind of has that whitish tint to it. Some of those clouds way up in the atmosphere, even higher than some of the jets fly, is where some of those clouds are.
See, we knew you'd have the answer and tell us even more about the high clouds than we ever needed to know. Thanks, Tyler. We appreciate it. Talk soon.
Yeah, have a good weekend, guys.
Sonny Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 11:27. Coming up next, your top headlines.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcast? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Yeah, stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things, uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
What's better than one win? 3 wins. With Straight Savings, you keep your own phone, get one line for only $25 a month with real unlimited data, and get rewarded with a $200 phone credit after 12 months. It's a win-win-win. Head to Walmart or visit straighttalk.com today. Switch to Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Straight Savings Plan enrollment requires compatible unlocked device and new line of service. Bonus device credit requires 12 months of active service. Offer ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. Taxes and fees apply. For network management practices, see Straight Talk's terms and conditions.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Since 1955, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Hey, don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Can a local bank provide all the big bank services with the friendliness of a small-town neighbor? Waterstone Bank has been doing it for more than a century. This is your Waterstone Bank, and we're invested in the community, supporting education, women's and youth programs, and honoring our brave veterans and frontline heroes. We're at the heart of it all. Welcome to your Waterstone Bank.
Welcome back, Susan. How can I help you today?
Learn more at WSBOnline.com. That's WSBOnline.com. Member FDIC.
It's 11:30 on the dot. I'm Jessica Ty. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, September 13th. Your top story, shots fired at police.
I'm Eric Bilstead in for Greg Matzik, keeping his smile during chemo.
Today, those high clouds. Yes, we'll see them. Filtered sunshine as well. We have a high of 79 today. Tonight, our temps will dip to 66. Tomorrow, high clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 80.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. With just over 50 days until Election Day, candidates keeping the focus on battleground states. Kamala Harris in Pennsylvania today. Former President Trump is in California and Nevada. Trump facing criticism from members of his own party over the presence of a social media influencer on the campaign trail. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
Now we are hearing from some Republicans who are voicing concerns that Donald Trump is growing increasingly close to this far-right activist, Laura Loomer, someone who has espoused conspiracy theories. She has used racist rhetoric in describing Kamala Harris, and now some of former President Trump's closest allies in the party are urging him to distance himself from her.
On New York's Long Island today, singer and performer Justin Timberlake appearing in court, expected to plead guilty to misdemeanor impaired driving charge, part of a deal to resolve a DWI charge in Sag Harbor. He'll also pay a fine. Remnants of Francine, meantime, on the move, bringing rain to parts of the southeast today. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Milwaukee police are investigating an attempted homicide and shots fired at police. It happened last night near 23rd and Keefe on Milwaukee's north side. Officers found a car that was stolen in a carjacking earlier in the day near 10th and Keefe. As they approached, the driver sped off. Police chased the car until the people inside got out and ran. During the foot chase, a 16-year-old boy shot at police, but no one was hit, and police did not return fire. Officers arrested that 16-year-old as well as an 18-year-old. Charges are now pending.
18 months in prison for a former high school choir teacher sentenced for sexual assault. John Anschus of Milwaukee used to teach at Milwaukee's Pius High School, where he's accused of inappropriately touching female students and exposing himself to those students. Anschus will also be listed on the state sex offender registry for 15 years.
A date is now set for the trial of an accused murderer. Maxwell Anderson in Milwaukee will face a jury starting December 9th. He faces felony charges of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson in the death of Sade Robinson. Anderson is accused of murdering Robinson after a first date, then scattering her body parts across southeastern Wisconsin. He remains in jail today on $5 million bond.
Heads up for those driving through the city the next couple of weeks. Some of the historic bridges in Milwaukee are set to get some extra love, and it might make getting around a bit difficult.
The city of Milwaukee will be performing maintenance on certain bascule bridges that cross the Milwaukee, Menominee, and KK rivers to reduce bounce between the two bascule leaves at the center of the bridge. To do this, the city will be sending a barge down each river to perform the maintenance from below, as well as blocking the street traffic over the Kilbourne Bridge, over the Milwaukee River, the 6th Street Bridge north of Canal Street over the Menominee River, and the KK Avenue Bridge over the KK River. Each bridge will have a week's worth of work done starting the 16th, and all the work should be wrapped up by October 4th. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Waukesha County Executive Paul Farrow reveals more details about his cancer diagnosis.
Where is your cancer exactly in your body?
In my entire abdominal cavity. I had mucinous adenocarcinoma. It is considered stage 4.
Paul Farrow's diagnosis happened just last month, but this public servant's thoughts are still with others.
If I can help someone, that's what I'm looking to do.
And during this time, he's realized how many people support him, even across the political aisle.
I had a great conversation with Governor Evers. He said, hey, anything I can do to help, let me know. And I said, well, Governor, I'm working on my budget right now.
Laughter and prayers are what Paul Farrow hopes people will continue to bring him. Julia Fellow, WTMJ News.
That was Farrow on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. He says he'll keep working as Waukesha County Executive. He plans to keep all of us in the loop during his chemotherapy treatments, promising to wear some funny, personalized T-shirts each week to keep his love of laughter going through all of this.
Got trouble on the roads. We got sports, traffic, and weather next. Side and Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 11:34.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Are you passionate about supporting family farmers and strengthening rural communities? Well, look no further than the Wisconsin Farmers Union. WFU is a grassroots, member-driven organization committed to enhancing the quality of life for family farmers, rural communities, and all people. With chapters across the state, we unite farmers and rural allies around shared values and a vision for a better, more sustainable future. We tackle the big issues, from advocating for climate-smart agriculture and dairy policy reform to preserving our small and mid-sized farms. We're dedicated to building resilient food systems that benefit everyone. That's not all. We're also championing better access to quality health care and health insurance for farmers and rural communities alike, because we believe that everyone deserves the care they need to thrive. So whether you're a farmer, a rural resident, or simply someone who cares about the future of our state, join us at Wisconsin Farmers Union. Visit wisconsinfarmersunion.com to learn more and get involved today. Wisconsin Farmers Union, growing stronger together.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers looking good after a 3-0 win against the Giants. They travel to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks tonight. Coverage starts at 8:05 p.m. right here on WTMJ. Alabama heads to Camp Randall to take on the Badgers. Kickoff tomorrow. It's an early one, 11 a.m. And the Green Bay Packers will likely have Malik Willis at quarterback against the Colts on Sunday up at Lambeau.
WTMJ, Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Ooh, it's bad. 43 southbound at Capitol Drive. We got the right lane blocked there. Heading south into that Capitol Drive stretch there near Green Bay Road as well. And because of that, you are seeing heavy slowdowns all the way up to Silver Spring Drive, I should say, heading south through that area. So you'll get through it, promise, but it's going to take you some extra time. So be prepared for some brake lights heading south on 43.
Traffic is sponsored by the Heiser Automotive Group. For convenient car shopping and financing, visit Heiser Automotive Group at one of their 4 locations, Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Or visit Heiser.com, because today's your day.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, high clouds, as we just found out from TMJ4 meteorologist Tyler Moore. Those are the wispy ones, high up in the sky.
Even above the plains, he said at times.
Yeah.
That high. All right.
See, glad we asked. Filtered sunshine, high of 79 tonight. Our low temp is going to dip down to 66. Tomorrow, high clouds again, filtered sunshine. We do have a little bit of a chance for some rain in the nighttime hours. High of 80 tomorrow. Sunday, high of 83. Slight chance for rain in the morning hours on Sunday, partly cloudy otherwise. Monday, partly cloudy as well, high of 82. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high of 81. Sunny Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 11:38.
Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh, chubby little tubby, all stuffed with fluff. He's Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh.
Probably listening to this music going, oh, what's this about, right?
What in the world?
Well, listen to this. The 2025 Guinness World Records book is out, the new one, and it features more than 2,000 new records. It's always kind of cool to see what is in this book and who are the people that hold these records. Right? Well, one of those people, who has actually had a record in there for a while now, is a woman from Waukesha, Deb Hoffman, and she joins us live now on Wisconsin's Midday News. Thanks for joining us, Deb.
Good morning.
Okay, so you hold the world record for largest, you might have guessed it now, Winnie the Pooh collection. You have like more than 20,000 items. How did you get started with this?
Well, as a child, your parents give you a toy, and mine ended up being a plush Winnie the Pooh that I just loved and loved and loved. And I had, several as a kid, but as most people do, they grow out of stuffed animals. Well, in my 20s, I grew back into Winnie the Pooh, and so started collecting, and here I am a couple of years later with a world record.
When did you realize, oh, you know what, I may have so many pieces of Winnie the Pooh paraphernalia that I could actually be a world record holder?
Well, at first it started with just a Winnie the Pooh telephone, but I saw the phone, and then one day it was gone. It had been sold, and so then I had to go find it. And I think it was the hunt that pulled me back in, and from that point forward, if I saw something Pooh, I would get it. And it actually wasn't me that realized I might have a problem or a record. My husband's friend looked at the room. There was a display room with Winnie the Pooh, and he said, "Boy, I bet you have the most in the world." Well, now I had to go find out, and after 2 years of documenting and making sure I had everything in the house that was Winnie the Pooh, I submitted my information. Had to have the collection adjudicated, but I sent in the information, and you kind of cross your fingers, and then the adjudicators at Guinness World Records say, yes, indeed you have the record, and I did.
So we're not going to call this a problem, Deb. Others might. We're not. You can decide as you're listening for yourself, because we are putting pictures. In fact, this is my favorite picture. If you're streaming right now, you can see it. If you're not, you can text WATCH to the WTMJ Talk and Text line. That's 855-616-1620. Text WATCH to the WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. This is my favorite picture. It's like Deb laying down, just surrounded.
Swimming.
Surrounded by Winnie the Pooh. Honey, it does. It does look like she's swimming, doesn't it? What's the story behind it? I know you know which picture I'm talking about, Deb. What's the story behind this picture?
Well, that picture took 8 hours to stage. So all the plush are outside, actually, in our front yard. And so we pulled them all out, and the photographer was very particular. He wanted all the eyes looking at the camera. And then he stood on a ladder at the bottom of the pile to get that picture. And so I think we took like 125 pictures before they decided that was the one they liked the best. But then we had to bring everything back in the house. And within 10 minutes of getting everything back in the house, it started raining. And so that was, Wisconsin, and wait 10 minutes and the weather changes.
Sure. So, okay, so the other thing is, so you get into the Guinness Book of World Records, right? That's a huge feat to start with. But then you continue to be in it. So what needs to happen to make sure, I mean, obviously you can't have somebody else come up, and I don't know who's coming up next that might be close to you, but you can't have someone come up and beat you. But still, there's a process. How do you remain in the book?
Well, you have the record until it's broken, and like you mentioned, I can break my own record, which I've continued to do. Just I don't know, to keep it up to date. But you have to document every single item, because in order to count towards the Guinness World Record collection, it has to be different than another item. So I couldn't have, like, say, 100 of one item and count that as 100. That would be one. So there has to be enough documentation to prove that all the items are different. I have to have two people come out, and every single time we update the collection, we have to count every single item. So thank goodness I'm married to a programmer who created a database and an app, so it's very easy to be able to see, okay, do we have this one, and where is it in the collection? But every time we go through the update, it takes between 12 and 14 hours.
Does anything go? Like, is there anything that is defined as not good enough to be considered an item?
It has to be officially Disney licensed.
Okay.
And so, but it could be any of the characters, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Eeyore, all the different characters also count. So anybody from the A.A. Milne stories.
Oh, I love Tigger, now that you just reminded me about that. Do you have the first Winnie the Pooh ever? I was kind of looking at the list of what you have.
Certainly don't have the very first Winnie the Pooh, but I have one from the 40s. And so you didn't have merchandising like you do now. And so if you had something that was from a book or a story or something like that, you didn't have you couldn't find 100 of them. Maybe there'd be one or two. So I have an Agnes brush plush from the 40s, and I believe that that's one of the first plush that was mass merchandised.
What do you need to get yet? Is there something on your list where you just have your eyes on it, you want to get your hands on it?
So my holy grail, I have a Winnie the Pooh costume from the 60s and 70s. Those of you who have ever been to Disneyland and Disney World, it was the one that had the big head and, kind of like the floppy arms, but he had a honey pot on his head. At least that version did. And so I have the costume, but I don't have the honey pot. I have the bee that went on the honey pot, so I am in search of that original honey pot to put on the top of this costume.
Wouldn't it be great if it's just somewhere in Cudahy right now?
Yeah.
Hey, it's actually right here. How about that?
Well, we have a lot of our fans texting watch, so who knows? Maybe somebody will text. Is this kind of like a fraternity, a sorority of sorts? Do you know other world record holders?
Well, it's interesting. I've been asked that in the past. And when I first got the record, I'm like, well, what do I do? Hang out with like the Smurf and Snoopy collector on Fridays? And I thought it was an odd question. But then I got to know the person who owns the largest Smurf collection in the world and who is also in the Guinness Book. And so we actually do things together, and so I'm actually in touch with several people that hold the world record. I'm also in touch with people that want to set a world record, and so I've been kind of like coaching them as to how to document things, how to categorize things, and so it's been kind of fun. It's a diversion from my job.
Huh, that's so great. So you can put that on your resume, coach for world record holders.
Well, and because I've had so many fun experiences and I've met so many neat people, I actually wrote a book just to be able to categorize, or to catalog all the different experiences because, being a collector, don't get me wrong, I love the items, but I love the people that I meet, the experiences that I wouldn't have or wouldn't meet if it weren't for being a collector. And so that's almost more special than the actual items.
Any chance you're going to downsize at any point, at any time?
That's what husband keeps asking.
Yeah, and he's so wonderful. He's the best part of my collection. He's very indulging and encouraging. But come that day when I have to go to the big honey pot in the sky, I'm actually going to donate the collection to Winnie the Pooh Museum in White River, Canada, which is where the story kind of started.
Is there anybody close to being second?
Nobody that has reached out and said, "Hey, I'm on your tail." So nobody that I know of right now.
All right, I'm just curious if all of a sudden someone shows up.
Well, it is a fascinating story. These pictures, I just love them. They are great. Congrats! Not only are you the world record holder for the largest Winnie the Pooh collection, but you continue to hold that record year after year, right here from Waukesha, Wisconsin. That's Deb Hoffman. Thanks for joining us, Deb.
Thanks so much, guys.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 11:47.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. John Stevenson, D.C. What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
Numbness, tingling, burning, muscle cramps, coldness in hands or feet, and problems with balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable. We can get great results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or balance issues, call Strive Integrative Health at 262-307-2133 today for a nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call Strive Integrative Health at 262-307-2133. Act now, 262-307-2133.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Save up to 50% on better quality furniture and mattresses during the Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture.
Hi, this is Senior Real Estate Specialist Bruce Nemovitz of Bruce's team. Don't let fear and anxiety hold you back from making the move to a new lifestyle that you deserve. With empathy and understanding, we're ready to help with downsizing, selling your home, and moving to the new lifestyle you deserve. Our team is ready to take you from overwhelmed to I can do this. Call 262-242-6177 or visit brucesteam.com.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street and Jefferson. Griffin Chevrolet in the Auto Mall. Griffin Ford, Waukesha, and Fort Atkinson. 5 ways to make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
It's Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 69th anniversary, and we're celebrating with exciting rewards offers for our best customers. Shop anniversary celebration savings on Blaine's brand synthetic motor oil, $3.99 a quart for rewards members. Select Blaine's brand dog treats, half price for rewards members. Rewards members get 20-pound bags of KT nut and fruit blend bird food, $24.99, and get 33% reward savings on all men's work and sport boots and socks. Come celebrate and save during our anniversary sale, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
High clouds today, some filtered sunshine, a high of 79. Tonight, high clouds again, a low of 66. Saturday, the high 80. Sunday, the high is 83. We are keeping our eyes on the situation on 43 southbound near Capitol Drive. So you're heading south on 43, heading toward the city. Long backups all the way past Silver Spring Drive because of the right lane being blocked at Capitol there near Green Bay Road. Keeping our eyes on that situation, but you'll get through it, but it's very slow at the moment.
A political clash in Philly. Francine slams the Gulf Coast. A historic walk through space and more. It's the Week in Review brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Welcome to Fun with Flags.
Motion passes 5-3.
But the passage of the People's Flag resolution by the Steering and Rules Committee was not without some dissent.
At this point, I become more agnostic because I'm tired of talking about this.
Whatever now.
Can we just
like it, don't like it, let's just pick something.
Apple CEO Tim Cook pulling the wraps off the new iPhone 16.
It's actually a really big deal, even if the phone is like, oh yeah, it kind of looks like last year's.
So make sure you buy our new iPhone before a newer one hits the stores.
The ABC News presidential debate starts right now.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Nice to see you. Have fun.
Thank you. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom.
People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
He went down a few cat and dog holes.
Make no mistake about it.
We are just minutes away from the exact moment 23 years ago that a first plane hit the North Tower of the World Trade Center, initiating the attack on America. A theme of unity at the remembrance event held today at Milwaukee's War Memorial Center.
Today, as we remember those who we lost, I want us to also remember the spirit of unity that emerged from that day and the bond that we all share.
There's more that brings us together in this country than separates us.
Once this election is over, there's going to be a great opportunity to come together.
November 9th, 1967, Bayview's Lance Sijon's mission goes terribly wrong. His F-4 crashes in the jungle.
For 46 days, Lance crawled through the jungle.
And part of his legacy now is that replica of his fighter jet at our airport. It's right there. It stands proud on Howell Avenue. So we're raising money to restore the airplane. Preserving the plane is really preserving his memory.
After making landfall as a powerful Category 2 hurricane,
Francine marching inland.
This has been a doozy of a storm.
This one packed a little bit heavier of a punch and more rain than what we anticipated late last night.
We saw the water coming out from our toilet and our bathtub.
4 UW-Madison students from our area are among 6 roommates who ran from their burning house after a suspected arson fire off campus.
I woke up to my roommates yelling, get out, there's a fire.
Carly Lehman, junior nursing student from Franklin, is grateful everyone got out safely, but she's lost nearly everything.
Smoke damage to all of our things. We weren't able to take much from the house.
This just into our newsroom. Sad news. Waukesha County Executive Paul Farrow announcing that he has been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer.
I'm going to be facing a journey like many people have. Unfortunately, mine will be a little more public because of the position.
Man, we're praying for you. We're praying for you on your journey.
Thank you.
And your beautiful wife, too. I already always prayed for your wife because she was married to you. But
SpaceX's go for spacewalk operations. Report advisory.
One at a time, Jared Isaacman and Sarah Gillis stood in the hatchway to test out a new spacesuit design. Isaacman, who funded the mission, took a look at the Earth.
It's gorgeous. Back at home, we all have a lot of work to do, but from here, Earth sure looks like a perfect world.
The incident caught on video shows dozens of teens surrounding and attacking 3 men Wednesday afternoon in an alley near First and Pierce.
They're kids, they're kids, but they need to be held accountable because these are older kids. They know right from wrong.
Pitch to Churio, fly ball right field. Back goes Yastrzemski, staring and gone! Jackson Churio, liftoff.
Live in stereo with my main man, Jackson Churio.
What are we, gay?
I'm Egg Boy.
They're eating the dogs.
This has been a doozy.
Take care. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our retirement-ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Are you ready to start a meaningful career in healthcare? Are you looking for a job that fits your work-life balance? Become a certified direct care professional today and make life better for older adults or people with a disability. WIS Caregiver Careers makes it easy with free online training plus earn a $500 bonus. See your name on Wisconsin's Certified Direct Care Registry. Sign up today at wiscaregivercdcp.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Outdoor living is great, but it's best when it's at your own home. Well, there's a company called Outdoor Living Unlimited that will build you a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, all manner of things to enhance outdoor living at your place, even an outdoor kitchen. Get started right away. Contact Outdoor Living Unlimited now. Get your yard project onto Outdoor Living Unlimited's calendar while there's still openings. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Did your home suffer damage from a storm or severe weather? Don't stress any longer. Loyal Family Renovations treats all of its customers like they've joined their personal family, and every project as if the work was being done at their own house. Loyal Family Renovations has a leg up on the competition due to the personal relationships they've built with insurance adjusters over the years. Loyal Family is family-owned, and the loyalty belongs to their customers. Contact them today to get your free home inspection. LoyalFamilyRenovations.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Save big money on new siding now at Menards. Update your home's exterior with Cedar Creek vinyl siding. This easy-to-install, low-maintenance siding withstands the elements and is available in 16 color options. Hurry in and save big money on Cedar Creek vinyl siding today. And check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
Your trusted and relevant source for news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 12 o'clock on the dot. I'm Jessica Ty. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, September 13th. Your top story, more police near a local high school.
I'm Eric Bilstead in for Greg Matzik, honoring the memory of a murdered gymnast.
Really nice day today. High clouds, filtered sunshine, high of 79, so close to 80. Tonight, high clouds as well, low of 66. Tomorrow, similar story, high clouds, filtered sunshine, but we do have a little bit of chance for a shower late in the night. High of 80 degrees. It is currently 77 in Milwaukee.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, we do have traffic to get to. WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving time saver traffic. 43 southbound, very slow north of the city. What we have is the right lane blocked near Capitol Drive. So crews are busy working in that area. Obviously, this is a tight area as it is anyway at this point. And because of that, you're getting by one lane just on the left-hand side of things. And delays are now backing up past Silver Spring and even further north of that. So 43 southbound, very slow. You would anticipate they will be able to get this cleaned up at some point. But as of now, you can expect some slowdowns in that stretch. Again, 43 south, right lane blocked at Capitol Drive.
An increased police presence near a local high school after potential threats. The school resource officer at Kettle Moraine High School was made aware of a student making possible threats to another student on Wednesday. Officers say the student and his family are fully cooperating with the investigation and that information being shared across social media does not support rumors of anti-Semitic comments made, anyone being poked with scissors, or weapons at the school. As a precaution, however, there is an increased police presence around the school.
Funeral services are today for a UW Whitewater gymnast who was murdered. Kara Welsh, 21 years old, is being laid to rest in Plainfield, Illinois. Police say she was shot and killed last month during a fight with her boyfriend. Chad Richards, who's 23, is charged with her murder in custody. He's being held on $1 million bond.
An explanation now for the swatting incidents at an elementary school earlier this year. The Brookfield Police Department gave Brookfield Elementary an update about the swatting calls made on April 9th and April 17th. They say a threat actor from Europe manipulated a minor on the social networking platform Discord and convinced the kid to make the SWAT calls. The Elmbrook School District is not pursuing criminal charges against the minor. Police say the kid isn't even from our area and has no ties to the school.
Decision Wisconsin, 2 campaign stops in the state this week from one VP candidate.
Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz is visiting both central and northwestern Wisconsin heading into the weekend. The Minnesota governor plans to meet with Democratic volunteers in Wausau today. Then Saturday, Walz will hold a rally at the University of Wisconsin Superior. The latest Marquette University law poll shows Walz was the only candidate on either ticket with a net positive favorability rating. 43% of registered voters in Wisconsin view Walz favorably, while 37% view him unfavorably. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The prosecutor in former President Donald Trump's Georgia election interference case was a no-show at a state Senate hearing about whether DA Fani Willis should be removed. CBS's Jared Eggleston has our update.
Her team says that these senators don't have the power to enforce the subpoena, so her team feels like they will handle it in the courts and nothing will happen. But several of the people with the Senate aides that I have spoken with over the last few days, they say that they can enforce the subpoena and that potentially they will take action and hold in contempt further down the line.
The committee does not have the ability to remove Willis from office or the ability to criminally charge anyone at all.
So long to the ballpark pup. The Milwaukee Brewers sharing the news that beloved dog Hank has passed away. You may recall Hank. He wandered into the Brewers Arizona complex back in 2014. Spent every day with the team during spring training that year before the Brewers COO adopted him and brought him back to Milwaukee. President of Business Operations, Rick Schlesinger, on Wisconsin's Morning News Today.
He was part of the Brewers family for 10 years, and he had a celebrity, and then he was allowed to be a family pet. And, his health had deteriorated, and, he was very special.
Schlesinger says they've even been getting emails from fans offering their condolences. The Brewers are encouraging donations to the Wisconsin Humane Society or to Matic on Hank's behalf.
Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. This is a Friday, and it's a good Friday on Wall Street. Everything is up. The Dow up 307 points to 41,403. S&P 500 is up 33 points to 5,628. And NASDAQ is up 124 points to 17,693. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Siding on the Midday WTMJ News Time 12:05.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Hi everyone, Jeff Levering here, and when we moved into our home 10 years ago, we knew the time had come to replace our roof. That came sooner than we thought with the storms during the spring. So we called the pros at Ridgetop Exteriors, and they did more than just live up to their motto, trusted, local, and affordable. Within just a few weeks, we had our new roof picked and completed. Their team treated us just like family, and the customer service was a real home run. Give Ridgetop Exteriors a call and book your appointment today to ensure your project gets completed before the next big storm.
Moving Grave's headquarters to downtown Milwaukee was the right decision for the future of our company. Hi, I'm John Kissinger, President and CEO of Grave, a full-service engineering, planning, and design firm. We wanted to be part of downtown's vibrancy. Our goal was to create a collaborative and innovative work environment that would attract the next generation of talent. I love working downtown, and so do my employees. Experience it for yourself. Go to MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
Hi, this is Senior Real Estate Specialist Bruce Nemovitz of Bruce's team. Don't let fear and anxiety hold you back from making the move to a new lifestyle that you deserve. With empathy and understanding, we're ready to help with downsizing, selling your home, and moving to the new lifestyle you deserve. Our team is ready to take you from overwhelmed to I can do this. Call 262-242-6177 or visit brucesteam.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers looking good after a 3-0 win against the Giants. They travel to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks tonight. Coverage starts at 8:05 p.m. right here on WTMJ. Alabama heads to Camp Randall in Madison to take on the Badgers. Kickoff there. It's an early one tomorrow, 11 a.m. Kids, got to get out of bed for that one. And the Green Bay Packers will likely have Malik Willis at quarterback against the Colts coming up Sunday at Lambeau Field.
WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. 43 southbound, very slow, right around Capitol Drive. They have the right lane blocked there. Crew's busy working on that lane. So you're squeaking by on the left-hand side of things, and the delays are backing up well past Silver Spring Drive. In fact, even getting close to Good Hope Road. So you'll expect some slowdowns in there. You'll get through it, but it is a crawl right now heading south on 43.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast today. High clouds, filtered sunshine. It's feeling nice. High of 79. Tonight will dip down to 66. Tomorrow, pretty much the same. High clouds, filtered sunshine, high of 80. We do have a little bit of a chance for some rain at night. Sunday, slight chance for rain in the morning. Partly cloudy otherwise, high of 83. Monday, partly cloudy, high of 82. Tuesday, mostly sunny. Break out your sunglasses for Tuesday, high of 81. It's currently 77 degrees in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
Happy Friday, everybody. Always feels good to say that, doesn't it? Greg is off today because, as you heard, if you were listening yesterday, he shared with us that he's having his first colonoscopy.
Great.
And you know what? I like that he shared it with us because it raises awareness, because we should be doing this, right? And he is apparently sending pictures.
Yeah, he's sharing pictures also. That's what I'm getting texts of. Now, before, your mind goes into a dark place. No, nothing bad.
No, we're not going there.
No, all the pictures are good, but no, so far so good. I can report to you.
Yeah, he is doing well, and he will be back with us on Monday. We've got a big story today.
It's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Disagreement over another debate. Donald Trump is now saying he will not do a third presidential debate this election season. After the debate on Tuesday, he said he'd think about it. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris wants another one.
Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump disagreeing over debates.
I believe we owe it to have another debate.
Trump says after one matchup against President Biden and another against Harris, he is done with debates.
So because we've done two debates and because they were successful, there will be no third debate.
For the first time since the ABC News debate, Harris and Trump are back on the campaign trail on opposite sides of the country. Trump in Arizona, Harris in North Carolina, key battleground states.
That's ABC's Perry Russum. If you're looking at the calendar, we are now less than 2 months away from the election.
You got to think Trump campaign, his people are probably telling him, hey, you've done two of these and neither of them have actually helped the campaign, if you think about it, because the first one, Biden dropped out after that. And second one, a lot of people are excited with how the Vice President Harris did. So Trump campaign's probably telling him, hey, let's be done.
If for some reason a third one does happen, though, you know what's going to happen? He's going to say he won.
That part we all know for sure.
That's going to happen.
All right, number two. Both campaigns are laser focused on the must-win battleground states, of course. So here we are today with another visit to Wisconsin. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, of course, the Democratic VP nominee, is returning to the Badger State today. He'll be at the Central Wisconsin Airport in Mosinee at 3 this afternoon. That's where you may recall Trump was last week on Saturday. Walz then heads to Wausau to talk to campaign volunteers at an appreciation event as well.
And we're just going to see many more of these over the next 2 months. Also, the Green Bay Packers play their first home game of the season coming up on Sunday. It's a noon game at Lambeau Field against the Indianapolis Colts. We're all really waiting to see how it's going to go after quarterback Jordan Love got hurt during the season opener in Brazil. He got sacked in the last minute of the game and sprained his MCL. I couldn't believe it. It was just like, what? Even if you don't win the game, the last minute he gets hurt?
It was probably like the worst 10 minutes of the game right there at the end when all that happened.
And then he needed help from the trainers getting off the field. Well, the team has not closed the door on Love playing on Sunday, but no one is really expecting him to. Malik Willis will take his place. And stay with us, because coming up in just a few minutes here at 12:15, we'll find out if the unknown about Love is impacting ticket prices. Meanwhile, Lambeau Field is preparing for tomorrow's kickoff weekend concert event. American rock band Counting Crows perform at 5.
Ooh. All right, now name me another song. Give me another Counting Crows song.
I
dare you.
Probably sing 99% of the Counting Crows songs.
You know that many?
I do.
You know their entire catalog?
No, I am not one to give you like the titles of all the songs.
Oh, but you know, okay.
But yeah, I mean, you give me 2 hours later tonight on on WTMJ, and I could probably. You don't want to hear me sing them?
A couple of glasses of wine. Who knows?
But I could sing them. I actually had a 2-hour conversation once with Adam Duritz because I asked him if I sent a little. I put my little card up. We don't have enough time for this. I put a card on the tour bus trying to get him for an interview.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a long story, but we ended up connecting over Twitter. And he said, I don't do interviews before shows. So I said, okay, well, a bucket of beers on me if you want. We had a bucket of beers.
Really?
Maybe not the whole bucket, but we had a couple beers, talked for about 2.5 hours. He's a fascinating man.
All right, so I picked the wrong person to say it.
See, right?
Anyone else wouldn't have known anything else about these guys except you.
All I was going to say is that American rock band Counting Crows performs at 5 tomorrow.
You
But
have
there you
beers
go.
with him. Wow, not bad.
So we'll have to have talk time later.
All right. Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac, where the SUV season sales event is on. Perfect timing to gear up for fall trips. Get more Mazda for your money, more for your trade, and discover car buying that makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. Fans like me. Fun, simple, and pressure-free. Car shopping is the way it works at Holiday. Their clearly marked price and simplified buying approach lets you relax and focus on finding the one that's right for you. Then pair it up with money-saving incentives to lower your bottom line. Right now, well-qualified buyers can lock in finance rates as low as 0% on 2024 all-wheel drive favorites, like the invigorating Mazda CX-5 or CX-30, off-road ready Mazda CX-50, the three-row roomy and responsive Mazda CX-90, and more. Treat yourself to a test drive. Find yours and drive it home today from Wisconsin's #1. Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Buying a home should be a joy, but could you imagine doing this without a realtor? Paperwork, inspections, appraisals, deadlines, showings, market research? Or you could relax. Or understanding legal documents, negotiating offers, coordinating inspections, securing finance. Oh, sorry. A realtor can take the stress out of the home buying process. See how at wra.org/a-realtor-can. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Realtors Association.
Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Jessica's still telling me stories about Counting
Just
Crows.
because he's asking more questions.
Fascinating. Anyway, they're playing tomorrow outside Lambeau Field. As for your forecast, today, we have high clouds, filtered sunshine today and tomorrow. Highs in the 80s tomorrow. There's a slight chance for rain, maybe Saturday night, early Sunday morning, but it's not going to be much. Right now in Milwaukee, 77 at 12:16. I should also point out the roads are still bad. 43 southbound near Capitol Drive. We still have the right lane blocked in that stretch, so heavy delays heading south on 43.
Okay, so we're just talking about the game coming up at Lambeau. It's a big deal. It's always exciting,
Yeah,
the
here we go.
home opener,
Right.
even if you're not going. So many Packers fans, we love it. I can't wait to watch. But here we go. We're all waiting to see how it's going to go because Jordan Love got hurt. He's still hurt. So I was kind of wondering, how does that impact ticket prices and the availability of tickets? Jim Bryce Jr., a partner at Ticket King here in Milwaukee, joins us live here in Wisconsin's Midday News. Thanks for joining us, Jim.
You bet. How are you?
Good. We're doing good, but we're wondering what's going to happen here. And the interesting thing about this is there's really been ups and downs throughout all this. So the first down is that Jordan Love gets hurt during that first game of the season in Brazil. So how did ticket prices respond immediately after that?
Well, right away, I mean, there's no question there was a major pause on people buying, and the market did adjust and move down. That was definitely something we saw without question, and continue to see. That can't be helped. I mean, I think that, with the fact that, there's been some chirping that he's going to be back on the, on the low end of the time frame, which anything can happen. That'll help significantly. But the fact we know he's not going to play Sunday, and I think a lot of people knew that. And I think people, when it happened, they were thinking, who knows how long the guy's going to be out, 3-6 weeks at least. So it can't be helped. I mean, it has that big of an impact.
Well, that's what I was thinking. So you got the down, but then I feel like the up part is that we find out that the injury is an MCL injury. It could be a lot worse. And then we find out that, it might not be too many games. And now at this point, the coach hasn't even closed the door. We don't think Love is going to play on Sunday, but technically that door hasn't been closed.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, so, I mean, is the chatter, are people who are calling to get tickets, do they talk to you too, or are they saying, we're kind of keeping our fingers crossed that we see Love, or what's the chatter?
Sure. I mean, we're definitely getting some of that. I mean, and I think, it's going to be more effective even more with the games, to follow. But like just taking this game this week, the opener's, historically been a decent game, but it was just really, really solid, from the, obviously after when the schedule came out and all that, it was a big ticket, it was a solid, $250, $300 to get in, and, which is a lot of dough, and especially for the opener. But as soon as, basically within 24 hours of him going down, I mean, it certainly it would have had an effect if they would have lost, but not by any means of this degree with him getting hurt, just because of the uncertainty how long he was going to be gone. But, it became a $175, $200 pretty quick. And, and right now it's even cheaper. I mean, it's, comparatively speaking from where it was, it's a pretty darn good deal to go to the opener.
Right, I was wondering about that. Just the fact that it is the opener, obviously. Now's the time to pounce on an opportunity, especially a couple of weeks here if he's still out.
I agree. I mean, obviously we have a vested interest to sell tickets.
Sure.
But I mean, it's like, the weather's supposed to be great. The next game's the Vikings, and if the bottom line is, I mean, if the Pack win Sunday, I think hopefully they do. Like we were saying, I'd be unbelievably surprised if Love plays this week. I just don't see it happening. But let's just say they win, he doesn't play, and the reports are that he's a good shot. He's going to play the Vikings game. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be surprised at all to see the Vikings game tick up a little bit. And that game was, not that long ago. It was a $350, $400 to get in, that's a lot of money. And now it's right around that $300 mark, which is still a lot of money. But I mean, the Pack wins Sunday, and all of a sudden, he plays at Tennessee, or somehow they win at Tennessee without him, and then he's back for Vikings. Who's to say the game's not $350, $400 to get in again?
Yeah, I mean
that which is nuts, but it very well could happen. So the point is that if you're on the fence about going to a game and you can go this week, because right now you could spend $150. Even $175, $185 to get yourself a pretty good seat from where it was, that's a pretty good deal from where it was, no question about it.
Well, and you think about it, too. I mean, there are a lot of families out there that just can't afford to go to a Packers game.
It's a lot of money.
Maybe here's a chance.
Yeah, I agree. And, I mean, last year, prior to the run to the playoffs, I mean, it was it was historically one of the, a super great deal to go to a Packer game. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's just, we've been so lucky with the football gods and have two Hall of Famers leading before Love, and the uncertainty of everything coming off of the season before and not making the playoffs, just the way it was. I mean, you get into a game for a good price, and if you like football, great. But after the run and making the playoffs, there was just so much, excitement and hype moving into the season. It's just, as soon as the schedule came out, it was gangbusters.
I was wondering how the demand this year compared to last year.
It wasn't even, not even comparable. It was almost like a 180 switch. It's just, because the Packer fans are awesome. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, they're even if they're not playing well, they still support their team. And yeah, you're not going to get the kind of money that we're talking about now. I mean, you can't expect that. But they're, they support their team through good and bad. But still, there's, even if the team's doing well, notoriously, those games later in the year with the weather that could be pretty tough, you're usually going to find yourself getting a halfway decent deal. So people can always wait for those. But, I mean, obviously if they're playing extremely well and we get to those later games and they mean something, for playoff seeding, then of course, they could tick up. But traditionally, those September, October, early November games, everything being, as far as if the team's halfway decent, those games are certainly going to be, pretty well priced, pretty expensive competitive ones.
Well, we like good deals around here.
No, believe me, if I ever go to a game, I play the game, I wait it out, and why not? I mean, if you've got to take care of somebody, take care of a client, you can't mess around. I get it, but if it's for you or someone you want to go, and who doesn't want a good deal? I couldn't agree more.
Oh, my gosh. It's such a game, though, and it really can take up your time. I did that a lot. Last year, we got some tickets for the Bucks in a package, but the year before that, I mean, I would look at all these different sites, and it really is a game, but you have to have the time to do that, and the patience, too, because it's like, ooh, maybe I wait one more day.
Right.
Look, I agree. That's what it comes down to, right? I mean, I completely get it. With friends and all that, family, I'm like, hey, if you got the time, do it. I'll I definitely give them pointers and, want to help people out, but if you don't, it can be time consuming. I completely agree.
One more quick question for you here that's kind of looking forward. I was just wondering, and I know it all depends on how the season's going to go, but when it is like 10 degrees up at Lambeau Field and it's just going to be freezing, you're going to have to bring the cardboard to put on the ground so your feet aren't freezing. You're going to have the butt warmer and the hand warmers. How good of a deal can you get on those seats?
Well, again, depending on, when it is, or if if let's just say the game's in December and, if the Pac's like 3-4 games under 500 or worse, and, unless they're playing like someone like the Cowboys or the Steelers or maybe the Vikings or Bears, you're going to get in there's a good shot you're going to get in for less than face. I mean, it's, but on the other hand, if they're playing well, and usually in December the games start to mean more, and with playoff seeding, then you could be looking at certainly overface and up and up. But it's like those games, I always encourage people to, why not wait it out? Because there's so much football to be played. And, odds are one of those games is going to be cold, right?
At least one of those games.
And if you're flexible, on it, why not take the shot? Believe me, I completely get it.
Well, I feel like that's just part of the experience, too, sometimes. You go up for a cold game at Lambeau.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen them in all different weather. I can't say I'm a big fan of watching them at 10, but I mean, 25, 30, no problem.
It's a badge of honor.
I'd rather see a 25 to 30 degree game than an 85 degree game.
Keeps the beer cold.
Well, right. Well, it's just it's what I'm saying. It's just so darn hot in the seats. So
awesome! Thank you so much. It's Jim Bryce Jr., a partner at Ticket King here in Milwaukee. We appreciate your time.
Hey, you two have a great weekend. I really appreciate the time, and go Pack.
Thanks, yes, Jim. Go Pack, go. Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:26. Coming up next, local headlines and your top national news, too.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Flanner's Home Entertainment. Does the audio and video system in your home need an upgrade? Well, Flanner's has all the solutions and the installation experts to simplify and upgrade your home entertainment experience. Forget about the impersonable big box stores and risky online purchases. You go with locally owned Flanner's, where quality service, the best brands, and guaranteed best price remain top priorities. Stop by Flanner's in West Dallas, Grafton, or at Flanners.com. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
Another MVP has joined the roster at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Dr. Michael Nolte. Expertscape recently named him part of the top 1% of spine expertise in the world. Dr. Nolte has published over 50 peer-reviewed articles in leading scientific journals and authored more than 100 national presentations. They added this MVP specialist for orthopedic, neurosurgical, and spine care because at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Hey there, Wisconsin. It's Dave from Feldco. The seasons are changing and cooler temps are on the way. Are your windows ready? Feldco's energy-efficient, American-made windows are specifically designed for the Midwestern elements. It's the perfect time to make valuable upgrades to your home that'll keep you warm, safe, and comfortable. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Visit us at 4feldco.com for a free quote or just give us a call. You know the number.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4Feldco.
Now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Do you have new siding and now you just want to keep it looking great? There are a couple things that come to mind when maintaining a beautiful home exterior. The first is just a good old cleaning. We recommend that you use a hose or a very light setting on your pressure washer to spray the dust off your siding. Don't force the water onto the siding very hard because water could get behind the siding and cause damage. Your home may or may not have a weather barrier behind the siding, and using high pressure water could cause problems. Definitely clean your siding to keep it looking beautiful, but don't get crazy and wash it off the building. Another quick tip to avoid siding issues comes with our favorite summer activity, grilling out. As much fun as it is to try different grilling recipes, using the grill too close to the home could result in some unforeseen disasters. When you use your grill, make sure it is away from the home. I like to make sure it is at least 7 feet from the house. If you have vinyl siding, the results of the grill being too close can be obvious, melted siding. However, if you have siding that won't melt, the heat from the grill could cause issues with the siding's paint or radiate through the siding and cause issues with the insulation, wiring, plumbing, or anything else in the wall that the heat could disturb. When you get new siding that is going to last a lifetime, just a few house cleaning tips can go a long way in preserving your beautiful home. Oh yeah, and keep the weed whacker away from the siding too. That never ends well.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for replacement windows, roofing, decks, and, of course, siding. They are the best, as acknowledged by the many rewards their suppliers have conferred upon them. Now, take the next step. Check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more.
It's 12:30. This is Wisconsin's Midday News for Friday, September 13th.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris campaigning in key states today. The former president this hour is in California, later in Nevada. Harris holding a rally tonight in Pennsylvania. The election now less than 2 months away. On New York's Long Island, Justin Timberlake entering a guilty plea to an impaired driving charge in a deal to resolve that case. Police stopped him in June, saying he ran a stop sign and failed to stay in his lane. Outside court in Sag Harbor, Timberlake took responsibility.
I found myself in a position where I could have made a different decision.
Timberlake must also pay a fine and perform community service. Due to the deadly listeria outbreak tied to Boar's Head Deli Meats, the company says it will permanently discontinue sales of liverwurst and also close its meat production facility in Virginia linked to that outbreak. The New York Times reporting 500 union workers will receive severance and a chance to relocate. 9 people have died in the multi-state outbreak and at least 57 have been hospitalized. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 12:31.
High clouds, filtered sunshine today, high of 79. Tonight will dip down to 66. Tomorrow, pretty much the same. High clouds, filtered sunshine, high of 80, but we do have a little chance for some rain in the nighttime hours. It's currently 77 degrees in Milwaukee.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, new mural on Milwaukee's north side intertwining a Star of David with a swastika has now been vandalized. The pro-Palestinian mural reads that the irony of becoming what you once hated. The mural is posted on a building near Holton and Locust. It used to be artwork that honored Breonna Taylor. She's a black woman who was killed in 2020 during a police raid. Now, the owner of the building tells the Journal-Sentinel he wanted to replace that mural, that one that calls attention to the Israel-Hamas war. Leaders in the Milwaukee Jewish community have said the mural is horribly anti-Semitic.
A date is now set for the trial of an accused murderer. Maxwell Anderson in Milwaukee will face a jury starting December 9th. He faces felony charges of first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and arson in the death of Sade Robinson. Anderson is accused of murdering Robinson after a first date, then scattering her body parts across southeastern Wisconsin. He remains in jail this afternoon on $5 million bond.
18 months in prison for a former high school choir teacher sentenced for sexual assault. John Anschus of Milwaukee used to teach at Pius. He inappropriately touched female students and exposed himself. Prosecutors say he was convicted. He'll also be put on the state sex offender registry for 15 years.
A former worker at Waupun Correctional Institution pleads guilty in federal court to smuggling contraband into the prison. 47-year-old William Lee Homan of Fox Lake was a former facilities repair worker at Waupun. Federal investigators say he received about 125 bribe payments for more than $53,000 between July 2022 and September 2023. Bribe payments came from inmates and former inmate associates in exchange for cell phones, tobacco products, and controlled substances smuggled into the prison. He's scheduled to be sentenced in December. He faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison.
More than $31 million aims to improve a highly used roadway across Milwaukee's north side. It's more than 2 miles long. A stretch of Center Street between Teutonia and Sherman will be redesigned to include enhanced pedestrian crossings, protected bike lanes, transit boarding improvements, and traffic calming measures. Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson says the project benefits go beyond the road itself.
The project aims to leverage improvements to the public right-of-way to spur investments, to create the density of housing, and make productive use of industrial and brownfield sites that we see along this corridor.
It's going to be a bit, though, before this happens. Construction impacts from the project not expected until 2027 at the earliest.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Sonic Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:34.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
Solving your breathing triangle problem can lead to better sleep and a better quality of life. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
Debbie Lazaga here for Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years. Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. This month only, get $1,000 off and 0 interest for 12 months on your Luckstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote, with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Can a local bank provide all the big bank services with the friendliness of a small-town neighbor? Waterstone Bank has been doing it for more than a century. This is your Waterstone Bank, and we're invested in the community, supporting education, women's and youth programs, and honoring our brave veterans and frontline heroes. We're at the heart of it all. Welcome to your Waterstone Bank.
Welcome back, Susan. How can I help you today?
Learn more at WSBOnline.com. That's WSBOnline.com. Member FDIC.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the Crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puffy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers looking good after that 3-0 win against the Giants. They travel to Arizona to take on the Diamondbacks tonight. Coverage starts at 8:05 p.m. right here on WTMJ. Alabama heads to Camp Randall to take on the Badgers. Kickoff tomorrow. It's an early one, especially for the students, 11 a.m. And the Green Bay Packers will likely have Malik Willis at quarterback on Sunday. The Packers play the Indianapolis Colts Sunday at Lambeau Field. It's the home opener.
WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. 43 southbound, slow going before you get to Capitol Drive. There's road work in that area. The barrels are up. There's also been some issues on the shoulders over there as well with a truck on the side of the road there. So because of that, a little slower than normal. You're going to crawl through that stretch of 43 south. But once you get to Capitol Drive, you should be good the rest of the way.
Pretty nice day. High clouds. Those wispy clouds out there. A little filtered sunshine. High of 79. Tonight, we'll get down into the 60s. 66 is our low. Tomorrow, kind of similar to today. High clouds, filtered sunshine. A little bit of a chance for some rain showers in the evening hours, high of 80 tomorrow. Sunday, we have a chance for rain in the morning, and you know what? We actually need the rain. Some of those lawns out there real crispy right now. Partly cloudy on Sunday, high of 83. Monday, partly cloudy as well, high of 82, but then break out the sunglasses for Tuesday, mostly sunny, high of 81. It's currently 77 in Milwaukee. Bayview native Lance Saijon is a Medal of Honor recipient. He survived 46 days in the Vietnamese jungle before being captured and tortured to death. Yesterday, we told you how his fighter jet memorial at the Milwaukee airport is now in desperate need of renovation. Today, WTMJ's John McCure has Lance's heroic story.
Lance Saijon was an All-American boy. He was all-conference in football at Bayview High School. He was president of his class and starred in the school musical. Charlie Larson became friends with Lance in kindergarten. They stayed close and were best friends for the next 20 years.
A leader is someone who has lots of followers. And Lance had lots of followers because he helped all of us around him elevate our game. So we all became better.
Lance's sister Janine was 12 years younger than him and remembers the day he left for the Air Force Academy.
I was almost inconsolable that I was in such tears.
The classwork at the academy was tough, but Lance thrived on the physical part of the training, and he worked hard in the classroom. After graduation from the academy, Lance became an F-4 Phantom fighter pilot. He knew his deployment to Vietnam would be dangerous.
And said, I will not be captured. I will not give in. And there was a great foreboding in his voice.
In Vietnam, the 25-year-old was almost immediately in harm's way. Lance sent this recording home to his family.
Of course, this place isn't really too secure an area. All night long, you can hear the artillery going off in the background.
November 9th, 1967. Lance and Colonel John Armstrong lifted off into the dark Vietnam sky on Lance's 52nd combat mission. Their F-4 streaked to the Ho Chi Minh Trail in Laos. The plane rolled into its target in the jungle below and released its bombs. The bombs were defective and exploded prematurely, engulfing the F-4 in a fireball. Lance ejected, was knocked unconscious, and landed in the jungle with a fractured skull, compound leg fracture, and a mangled hand. A few days later, the Saijons got a knock at their Bayview front door.
I said, Mom, there's 2 Air Force men here. She knew what that meant. And she just went down to her knees. You could see the terror in her eyes before they spoke. I heard the back door opening. And I heard the usual whistle of my dad whistling through the back door. I heard his big dress shoes, heavy soles walking through the kitchen. And as he turned the corner, he saw the 2 Air Force men. And his head went back, and he howled like an animal. And he said, no, 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 no.
Severely injured, Lance evaded capture for 46 days.
There were times he would sit up against a tree and try and determine how many feet could he crawl again. Could he do 10 feet? Could he do 20 feet? And he would pass out from exhaustion.
When he was finally taken prisoner, Lance had gone from 220 pounds to 80. He was taken to a bamboo prison in the middle of the night, and the next day, one of his academy classmates and a fellow prisoner of war, Guy Gruters, saw Lance and didn't even recognize the shell of his friend.
I said, who are you? And he said, Lance. I said, Lance who? He said, Saijon. I said, oh, no, not Saijon. Not Saijon. Not Saijon. I was honestly in shock. I can literally pick him up in my arms like a baby.
Days turned into weeks, and Lance was tortured relentlessly, yet refused to give his captors any information.
He wouldn't answer anything else, so they beat him, and they beat him on his wound.
As his condition deteriorated, his fellow POWs begged Lance to save himself by answering questions. He refused to break the code of conduct.
I'm just so sad. The tears, my face is covered in tears.
Guy held Lance, his last moments in that dirty, cold, wet North Vietnamese prison.
When they took him out of there, he just called for, Dad, I need help. Dad, I need you. Dad.
The last moment of his life, the last moments when he spoke, were not in hatred for the enemy. They were in love for his father.
Lance Sijon's family received his Medal of Honor 8 years after he died.
The guy is a hero for all ages. I mean, for the whole country, not just Milwaukee or Wisconsin.
I will be forever grateful for how he influenced my life.
Chris Cassidy runs the National Medal of Honor Museum.
To think about not only just surviving, but evading capture that whole time, it's just truly inspirational.
Now the plane and plaza that bear Lance's name at our airport are in need of repair.
We really have to do better at making sure that this looks presentable and honorable to keep the legacy and the story of Lance alive.
Dan Buttry is the president and CEO of the War Memorial Center.
Let's help pull this together and give this man the dignity in his memory. We owe it not just to the Sijon family, but we owe it to this community. His story represents us. He was born and grew up in Bayview, Wisconsin.
John Merkier, WTMJ News.
Just an unbelievable story. Just cannot imagine everything that he went through.
Right.
And his
Incredible.
family, too.
Just incredible.
Part of Lance Sijon's legacy is that replica of his fighter jet at our airport. It needs to be repainted and repaired. If you'd like to contribute to help restore our hero's plane and legacy, please text the word Lance to 855-616-1620. That's Lance to 855-616-1620. Sounding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 12:44.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of Adam. Do you ever miss the good old days?
When you didn't need a password to do everything but tie your shoes?
No, I'm talking about car shopping, when dealer lots were filled with new inventory and there were big incentives and discounts. Well, those days are back at Adam member dealers all over Metro Milwaukee, making it a great time to go car or truck shopping again.
I suppose I need a password.
No, just find your nearest Adam member dealer or start your new car search at adam.com.
Greg Mansick here. I want to tell you about my friends at Krause Estate Planning and Elder Law Center. I met with Dan Krause, a retired Army veteran who found joy in helping his grandparents set up their wills. Enjoyed it so much, he built a career around it and started Krause Estate Planning. Secure your assets. Help your parents secure theirs by calling Dan at Krause Estate Planning today. They've built their business around protecting you. Protect what you've earned. Protect what you've built. Visit estateplanningpeople.com.
Eager to remodel your kitchen, bath, or rec room? This is Rob Adair, and we're ready with a personal redesign for you. Adair Floors and Remodeling in Franklin. Give us a call and get personal care from Adair. 761-3660. AdairFloors.com.
For your next night out, make Aria, the acclaimed restaurant inside St. Kate the Arts Hotel, your dinner destination. Aria, nestled on the second floor of St. Kate, is an artful dining experience that captivates with its culinary creativity. Delighting in its offering of artisanal American cuisine, the restaurant transcends tradition and leans into the realm of playful and inventive flavors. Come and experience the magic of Aria, where every bite is a work of culinary artistry. Learn more and make reservations at aria@stkate.com.
If you've ever worried about your heart, if you've ever loved someone with heart disease, if you've ever wondered if you're the one at risk, let's remind ourselves that we are not powerless. Because at the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, we're pushing to outsmart heart and vascular disease by working with you personally to understand your history, assess your risks, and guide you to heart strength. By digging deep with tireless research and offering access to leading-edge clinical trials. And for the most serious conditions, including heart failure, heart valve disease, arrhythmias, and vascular diseases, we provide renowned expertise and the most advanced life-saving procedures you expect from academic medicine. So let's get out in front of heart disease. Let's outsmart it. Let's keep pushing so that every one of us can outrun it and embrace every beautiful day life in Wisconsin has to offer. To learn more about our nationally renowned heart and vascular care, visit froedtert.com/heart.
Getting 10% back is easy at Fleet Farm. For a limited time only, Fleet Rewards members can earn 10% back in-store and online. Spend $50, get $5 back in rewards. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. Plus, Fleet Rewards membership is free. So if you're not signed up yet, now's the time. Then get shopping to earn 10% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply. Not valid at Ankeny and Waukee, Iowa stores.
Your forecast, high clouds, filtered sunshine, a high of 79. Tonight, some more high clouds, a low of 66. Saturday, same thing, filtered sunshine, a high of 80 tomorrow. There is a chance, don't hold your breath though, isolated shower tomorrow night. Sunday, slight chance for rain in the morning, otherwise partly cloudy, a high of 83. Monday, 82. Tuesday, 81 degrees at 12:48.
It's Friday, which means it's time for Stories of the Strange on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Every week, I just love this music.
This makes you happy?
This kind of makes me want to bounce a little bit in my seat.
Very nice.
Eric, is this the first time you're doing Stories of the Strange with me?
Yes.
Or did we do it one other time?
I don't recall.
I guess it wasn't a good one if we did it then.
It was that awesome. I don't think so, but who knows?
Okay, you want to go first then?
Okay, so a 38-pound cat named Crumbs. All right? 38-pound cat named Crumbs. So heavy they decided, okay, we got to bring this cat to a shelter to help shed some pounds. So they brought this cat to a shelter. This is in Russia, by the way.
Okay.
And this Crumbs was doing work in this shelter, was busy doing wade walks through pools to help shave some pounds. Just way too heavy.
I've seen dogs do that. I didn't realize that they did that for cats,
They
too.
figured out a way to hook this feline up to do this. And the cat was so miserable, hated it so much, tried to make a run for it. But because the cat was so big,
couldn't run very fast.
Crumbs wedged himself stuck between a rack and a hard place. He was jammed between some shoe rack next to some Crocs and could not get out.
Of course they were Crocs, of all shoes.
Yes.
That's a nice visual.
So the cat was stuck in there. They're able to pull him out, but the shelter says this is great news.
Oh.
Why would this be considered great news that a 38-pound cat was trying to leave? They say, well, because he was active. He's actually trying to do something.
Okay.
So, positive moments there. They feel like they're on the right path now for Crumbs, the 38-pound feline.
So maybe he shed a little weight.
Hey, yes.
I'm still stuck on the fact that the cat's name is Crumbs, because as soon as you said that, I'm thinking, okay, a 38-pound cat needs to lose weight. Crumbs, you just think of like these little things.
Right, yeah.
It just doesn't seem like a fitting name. But maybe Crumbs was tiny to begin with.
At one point, maybe. They fed him a lot of cookies, apparently, the owners did. So there you go.
Okay, so I was kind of looking, and then I found this one, and I thought, you know what, I like this one because we have been talking so much over the last few months about this plane clipped that plane, or this happened, or
yes,
the door plug blew out.
Yeah, airport stuff, plane stuff, yes,
I was like, couldn't we just have a little something nice? So this is nice, but still kind of strange. And actually, if you're on streaming right now, you can see what I'm talking about. An unusually shaped plane lands at London's Heathrow Airport to deliver spare parts. But look at this, Eric.
Now,
it looks like a whale.
It has like a giant head, a giant top to it in some ways.
The Airbus Beluga, named after the whale the aircraft resembles, flew to the airport from France. But I just didn't even realize that they had any planes like this. I mean, it legit. And so this picture right here, I guess you're looking at it head on. I've also seen a couple pictures that are like from the side, and it looks like a legit whale. I mean, it's got the head, and then it kind of rounds out for the mouth. It's got the little eye. It looks like a cute whale.
It looks like a way some 5-year-old would draw a plane with this giant.
Doesn't it?
What's inside there? What's the point of that?
Well, here's the thing. So I think this is a strange story, but kind of cute story as well. I'm like, okay, it lets us forget just for a moment.
Okay.
The crashes, the collisions, Boeing's big news today. The workers are on strike.
Yeah.
Oh no, I read more. Well, this Beluga plane was carrying parts for a British Airways plane that's been grounded since another plane collided with it in April.
Oh.
I was like,
okay, so everything gets back connected to that.
Yeah, right? So here I thought this would be a strange but cute story, and it still is. I mean, the plane's actually adorable.
Do you know that belugas' heads are soft? Like you can push on them.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not like a skull. It's like this soft, like gelatin
Really?
type of head. So hopefully the plane doesn't follow that same suit. It's not as soft up there. We'll see.
I did not know that, but now that you say that, it looks like it might be squishy. Doesn't it?
The beluga or the plane?
The beluga. This also got me wondering, though, too, are there other planes like this? Because I didn't know that there was actually a plane out there that's like landing today that looks like a whale.
Isn't it amazing that we have technology that you can create something like that will actually fly in the air?
I mean, you probably 3D print. You'd print a plane these days, I would imagine. But it did get me. I was just taking a peek real quick before the commercial break, and you've got, and some people might be familiar with this one, but pregnant guppy or super guppy, that's one that's, you love when a weird plane has a weird name to go with it, but the pregnant guppy was a modified Boeing 377.
Pregnant guppy.
Yeah, it was born from NASA's need for a way to transport bulky components for the Apollo missions.
Okay.
So they kind of came up with this bloated, it's exactly what it looks like, this bloated plane.
I think you say bloated guppy.
Well, yeah, I mean, and then there's another one called the Flying Pancake. This was something for the U.S. Navy. The U.S. Navy's official name of this weird aircraft is the Vought V-173, but everyone knows it as the Flying Pancake.
Is it shaped like a pancake?
Yeah, thanks to its strange, round, flying saucer-like profile. It says the purpose of the odd design was to provide the Navy with an aircraft capable of taking off and landing in tight areas.
Now, does it spin? Or do you throw it like a frisbee? Is that how it flies from place to place?
Yeah, I don't think you can throw it, Eric.
But
it does fly. It does kind of look like something you'd see in Jetsons, though. So anyways, a couple stories of the strange to help kick off your Friday. Sounding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 12:54.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great idea for how you can get caught up on everything cool happening in our state. Every weekend, every Saturday, it's Experience Wisconsin. This week, Milwaukee Food and City Tours and Elkhart Lake.
So it's really a fun night of camaraderie to kind of kick things off with some great Waltzmeister polka bands, so some polka music.
They're in the spotlight. I hope you'll join us for Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays on WTMJ.
Helping people and families seriously injured in accidents and standing up for victims to take the burden off your shoulders. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Gruber Law Offices. Let them focus on the legal aspect while you focus on healing. No fee, no cost to call, no cost to consult and retain their firm. In fact, never a fee until they win your case. It's locally known and nationally recognized Gruber Law Offices. Visit gruber-law.com or call 414-276-6666.
People across Wisconsin are enjoying the rewards, stability, and flexibility of a career in healthcare. Why not you? Wish Caregiver Careers can get you started as a certified direct care professional. You'll learn the skills you need to make life better for older adults or people with a disability. All training is free and online. Plus, earn $500 in bonuses. Start your new career. Sign up today at wiscaregivercdcp.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Get the last roof you'll ever need with steel roofing from Menards. Steel roofing offers superior wind and hail resistance. Plus, you may qualify for a homeowner insurance discount. Choose from 29 beautiful colors available in cut-to-your-length panels and cover a large area quickly for fast installation. Say big on steel roofing and check out our weekly flyer for more hot deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
One more time, Eric. What's the highlight of you pulling double duty here on Midday?
Oh, spending time with you, of course, Jessica. And stories of the strange, of course, right?
Oh, man. Looking forward to Sunday. You going to watch the Packers game?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Actually, I have to admit, I'm not as... Everyone thinks the sky is falling. I'm more confident than others that they might be able to pull off a victory. Who knows?
So what does that mean? Does that mean you're confident in Malik?
No.
Or you're confident that Love is going to actually take the field since they didn't technically close the door? What exactly are you confident
I don't
in?
think 10 is playing. I just think that you're capable of winning a game even if your quarterback doesn't help you do it. That's all I'm thinking.
No, I love the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
I like to be optimistic. I'm always thinking like that.
They have a better chance at winning than Wisconsin does tomorrow. That's what I'll
against
say.
Bama.
Oof, that one I'm not so confident about.
When it comes to Wisconsin sports, the Badgers are the one that I don't follow like the others. Like,
Okay.
I'm diehard Wisconsin, but since I went to Indiana,
I get
when
it.
it comes to college stuff, I'm like all about the Hoosiers. But I get it. It's going to be an early one for the students, 11 in the morning.
Yeah, you think they'll be there on time?
I think they might be outside having a little fun and, just kind of getting in there a little bit
we'll
later.
see.
But let's just give it a collective go, Pack, go.
Yeah, there we go.
Home opener coming up on Sunday. Have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Spanning the state coming up next.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president